Welcome to Aldia Private School English video classroom of grade 7. Hello children, here is a part 2 video of adverbials. Hope you're following the video and making use of your valuable time. As I already said, we will be learning the types of adverbials with relevant examples in this video. Let's get into the lesson. Here are some 5 types of adverbials, similar to adverb but with some fine difference in its position and its formation in a sentence. Let's look into the types. Adverbial of manner, adverbial of place, adverbial of time, adverbial of frequency, and adverbial of probability. Let's discuss in detail one by one with examples. Here we have adverbial of manner. Adverbial of manner are usually formed from adjectives by adding ly. If you see the examples, you can clearly understand how the ly is added to the adjectives. Bad, badly, quiet, quietly, sudden, suddenly. Children, you should know that adverbs are not only formed by adding ly to the adjectives, but sometimes you can see change in their spelling. Like in the examples, easy, easily, gentle, gently, where you could see a change in the spelling. Sometimes you can also see that the adverb formed from an adjective will have a different word also. For example, good is well. You speak English very well. So here it turns into entirely a different word, that is well. Let's now look the position of the adverb in adverbs of manner. Here we place the adverb normally after the verb. If you see the example, he spoke angrily. Spoke is the word and angrily is the adverb which is placed after the verb. We also place the adverb after the object to show how the action has took place. If you see the example, he opened the door quietly. So opened is the verb, door is the object, quietly is the adverb. So how he opened the door? He opened the door quietly by placing the adverb, that is quietly, after the object. We are trying to tell, or we are trying to show how the action has taken place, or in which manner the action has taken place. Next we have the adverbials of place. Adverbials of place shows you where the action is taking place. If you see the adverbials of place, they are mostly prepositional phrases. These prepositional phrases in the sentence will let you know the location, direction, or the distance of the action taking place by adding the prepositions. Let's look into the examples. They are in France at present. This sentence could have been written, they are in France, but it adds more detail to the sentence by saying they are in France at present, which means currently they are living in France. So these prepositional phrases adds more information to the sentence by showing where the action is taking place. Next you have the example, come and sit next to me. It could be come and sit
But by using the prepositional phrase next to me, it shows where to come and sit. That is, come and sit next to me. So these prepositional phrases adds more detail to the sentence by showing you the action, that is where it is taking place, in detail.
Children, in this slide, I have given you a list of adverbs of place, where we use these adverbs of place as in adverbials. As you already know that adverbials can also be adverbs. And you have the example for your better understanding how to use these adverbs of place. Children, as I already told, that adverbials of place are mostly prepositional phrases. So the use of adverbial of place is to describe the location, direction, and distance. If you see the location, for example, he was standing by the table. Here you could see the prepositional phrase saying that where he was standing. So it shows the location of where he is standing. Next you have the direction. Walk past the bank and keep going to the end of the street. So here these prepositional phrases shows you the direction of the action. Next we have the distance. Birmingham is 250 kilometers from London. So again, these prepositional phrases shows you the distance of the action. The next type is adverbials of time. Adverbials of time is used to describe when something happens, that is when the action took place. If you see the examples, I saw Mary yesterday. So when did you see Mary? You saw Mary yesterday. She was born in 1978. So when she was born? She was born in 1978. So here the adverbial of time describes when the action took place. Children, adverbials of time not only tells you when the action took place, it adds further information saying you how long the action took place or how often the action takes place. In this slide, you have the examples for how long the action took place and how often the action takes place. If you see the first set of examples, we waited all day, which shows that they waited the whole day. They have lived here since 2004, showing that how long they lived here. We will be on holiday from 1st July until 3rd August, which again shows you the duration or how long they are going to be on holiday. Next we have how often the action takes place, that is a best example for adverbial of frequency, that is showing you the frequency of action taking place. So you have the examples showing you how often these actions are taking place. Let's look into adverbials of frequency. Children, adverbials of time and adverbials of frequency goes hand in hand. In adverbials of time, we saw that when the action took place. In the adverbials of frequency, it goes further in letting you know that how often the action took place. Here I have given a list of adverbials of frequency which we commonly use. Always, rarely, occasionally, never, seldom, often, normally, sometimes, usually. So if you see the position of an adverbial of frequency, it is usually placed in front of the main verb in a sentence. Let's look into the example. We often spend Christmas with friends. So we have placed the adverbial of frequency in front of the main verb, saying that the frequency of time spent. Similarly, we have the other example. I have never enjoyed myself so much. So here also the adverbial of frequency is placed in front of the main verb, showing how often the action took place. Children, lastly we have the adverbials of probability. What is a probability? A probability shows you how certain an action takes place. That is, how certain we are to know about something. So here I have the commonest adverbials of probabilities which we usually use. Certainly, definitely, maybe, possibly, clearly, obviously, perhaps, probably. These are adverbials of probability which shows you how certain we know about the action. Children, in this slide, we will be seeing the position of the adverbials of probability in a sentence. There are two exceptional adverbial of probability, that is maybe and perhaps, which is usually placed in the beginning of the clause. For example, perhaps the weather will be fine. By placing the adverbial of probability, perhaps, in the beginning of the clause, we could see the certainty of the action in a clear way. On the other hand, adverbials of probability or adverbs of possibility usually comes in front of the main verb. For example, if the sentence is having two verbs, the adverbial of probability is placed before the main verb. For example, he is certainly coming to the party. Here you can see certainly, which is in red, that is the adverbial of probability, and coming is the main verb. And so are the other examples which clearly shows you that adverbs of probability which is placed in front of the main verb when a sentence is having two verbs. Children, we have ended the grammar lesson adverbials. For your practice, the worksheets are sent along with this video. Do complete your worksheet. Thank you.